Welcome back. I appreciate you being here. As always, thanks for taking the time and checking out this video. And as we always do in these videos, I have 3 exciting paranormal unexplained clips for you guys today. 2 UFO clips and 1 Hollow Earth clip. Okay, some people have claimed they found an entrance to the Hollow Earth. So we're going to look at that video. It is fascinating, so I wanted to share it with you guys. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the Jellyfish UFO. A new Jellyfish UFO video has surfaced, and I want to run it by you guys. I don't think Jeremy Corbell is responsible for this one. It looks very similar, though. But before we look at the clip, please don't forget to smash the like button. Do it now, okay? People always forget. They don't smash the like button if you're enjoying the content. Now, let's take a look at the clip. It looks a bit like this. It's titled Jellyfish UFO Caught on Miami, Florida Woman's Ring Camera. Now, ring cameras are... you know, it's these doorbell cameras, right? They film what's at your door. And it does look very similar to Jeremy Corbell's Jellyfish UFO. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when I say Jeremy Corbell's Jellyfish UFO, check my video on that down in the description, okay? I'm debunking that in a separate video a while back when it was originally released. But there are undeniable similarities between these two, right? The tentacles hanging down and it just looks similar. Now, obviously, the clip that we're looking at here, the Florida clip, it's just mirrored, right? The second half of it is mirrored. We're getting a little bit of a zoom in here. And actually, I paused it just at the right moment because what you can see here, and this is something people pointed out in the comments under the video, you get these strange frames, right? This is one of them. It just looks odd. And there's another frame that looks a little bit like this, okay, where the object almost disappears. And people are like, well, there's got to be AI or CGI or something like this. Personally, I don't think that's what it is. I think this is just an artifact from the Ring camera. Ring cameras are famous for creating these artifacts. A lot of ghost videos, alleged ghost videos, show artifacts of people that walked earlier during the day. And you sometimes get these errors where like footage is overwritten, but for some reason, some of the old footage, like let's say someone walked past the door at 3 p.m. in the afternoon and then at 12 o'clock at night, that footage is overwritten on this Ring camera. Then you suddenly see the silhouette of a disappearing man walking that because it's a glitch. It's ultimately a glitch. So Ring cameras are known for producing glitches that are similar to this. So I will put this and also the other weird frame that occurs in this video down to it just being a garbage Ring camera. Now I have to say that I really appreciate the chemtrail that's in the background of this video, okay? It's just a whole new layer, another layer to this beautiful alien conspiracy theory. Is this alien responsible for the chemtrail? Can we connect the dots? Suddenly everything makes sense. No, but let's look at this alleged alien a little bit closer, right? In this close-up, you can see it is wearing what looks to be a bike helmet or a skateboarding helmet or something like that. And it even seems to have a little face underneath, right? You seem to be able to make out 2 eyes, a nose, almost a mouth down here. It is weird, but then the whole rest of the body, if it would be a body, like if it would be a human or whatever, the body proportion doesn't line up at all. The arms are still somewhat within reasonable proportions, if you want to call it arms. But the legs, I mean, that's completely off. It makes no sense. Because some people have been pointing out, saying that they think they know what it is, claiming that it might be a guy in a jetpack suit. You've seen those, right? Often in like military operations. Now, these usually don't fly over residential areas. Okay, and this thing, what we see on in this clip, clearly does fly over a residential area. Also, let's be honest, while the arms and maybe the helmet and stuff somewhat lines up with what we see in the video, the legs don't at all. It looks completely off. So I don't think it is one of these jetpack suit people. It's just too many question marks around it. It doesn't make sense. And also, like, these are not publicly available as far as I'm aware. So you would need to be a professional or be with the military or something. It's not that people just go to a shop, buy those, and then fly around over their house. That's not how it works. So I don't see it being a jetpack suit. But what is it? Well, there's an easy answer to that. It's this random enemy from Dragon Ball. Thank you. Debunked. Okay, play the debunked thing. No, it's not that. But let's be honest, okay? It looks a bit too good to be true, right? I mean, one thing that we can also learn from this footage is that this woman, the Florida woman, probably bought the cheapest version of the Ring camera that's out there because it only produces like 1 frame every second, almost, right? So we're only getting like, what is it, like 6-7 frames of this creature. It's not even a smooth moving object. So it's really a piece of garbage camera that we got here. And I mean, at least the footage is clear. Okay, so when I say it's almost too good to be true, what I mean is it's pretty crisp footage of whatever this thing is. Do I think it is alien though? Why? I don't even understand why someone would look at this and come to the conclusion that it is alien. But there's a few more questions to this footage that just came up to me as I was watching it. Okay, one being, why is this Ring camera pointed to the sky? Right? It's a doorbell camera. It should be pointed at eye level if someone's at your door. Well, there's actually a reason for that. Why people started to point their Ring cameras to the sky, and that is that Ring, the company, a while back, I think it was last year Halloween, had this $1 million giveaway if you would capture credible alien footage with your Ring camera. Okay, so if you capture something that would be considered credible with the Ring camera, you can get $1 million from Ring. Now, what's interesting is that you can find these articles that made this claim that you can win $1 million still on websites like this one. I think they had it on Vice as well, but on like Mobile Syrup, right? I have to assume that's some Canadian website. But when you actually go to ring.com, that site doesn't exist anymore. So can I still get $1 million if I capture something with my Ring camera? Ring.com, can you please answer? So that makes it pretty clear why people like this Florida woman, and this is again just me theorizing, but why people started to point their Ring cameras at the sky, because they were hoping to capture something. Also, keep in mind, as far as my research goes, this footage came out fairly short after Jeremy Corbell's Jellyfish UFO came out. And I mean, that was all over the news, right? People were talking about it left and right. So even you're not deep in the world of UFOs, you may have seen that, okay? And you may have copied that and made a UFO that looks somewhat similar. And then you dangled it in front of your Ring camera, hoping that maybe, just maybe, there is a tiny chance that you can claim that $1 million. And I think that's why that website doesn't exist anymore on ring.com, because too many people, like this Florida lady, sent their footage in and said, see, captured the alien. Here are my bank details. That would be $1 million, please. So it kind of backfired. I mean, it probably was great marketing at the time, but I'd imagine that a lot of people tried to send in fake footage like this one, trying to claim $1 million. So I think that's what this is. My theory, okay, this is just my theory. I can't prove it. But I think this lady or her husband or whatever either attached stuff to a drone or dangled something in front of the camera from a stick that looks like that. I don't know what they used, if it is actually a bike helmet or whatever they built, you know, to make it look like that. It's a bunch of objects that are presumably lightweight that hang from a fishing wire or something and dangle in front of the camera in hopes to get that $1 million. It's $1 million up for grabs. I don't think anyone won it, and I'm not surprised. So I wouldn't call it debunked. Is it aliens? No, it's not aliens. I don't have an explained badge. Okay, maybe I need an explained badge, but I don't have it yet. But I would consider this video to be explained, and I mean, it's pretty clear it's not aliens. To me, at least to me. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Maybe you have a different take on it. Maybe you have a different explanation. Maybe you spot something in the footage that I missed. I would appreciate your input on that. But it's most certainly not aliens, in my humble opinion. Let's move on to the next clip. Now, the next video, as I earlier teased already, seems to show the entrance to the hollow earth, okay? Obviously, hollow earth is the theory that there is almost a world within our world. You go inside and then the earth is actually hollow and there's this paradise-esque land. If you watch the King Kong movie, right, they go into the hollow earth. It's a very, very big and famous conspiracy theory. And here is someone claiming that there might be an entrance to the hollow earth. It is definitely an insane hole. That's what he said. Let's take a look. So here we go. It is most certainly a big hole. Oh, they're talking. I don't need to put this louder because the quality is so bad we wouldn't even understand what they are saying. But here you go. It's a cave. It's a hole. It's big. Something all the way. And you can't really make out whether it's drilled or whether it's natural. I can't, okay? I'm not a geologist. Probably a geologist will look at this and be like, yeah, that's clearly natural or drilled. Again, I can't make it out. But it certainly looks absolutely stunning and fascinating. Also note that this person who's filming this is alone, right? He or she, I think it's a man, you can hear from the voice, seems to be alone, which is odd, right? Because this would be a known phenomenon, maybe a tourist attraction or something that people know of, like some geological, naturally occurring tourist attraction. Certainly there would be other people there, but here he is walking into this tunnel alone. Now, this particular video was originally shared by a Twitter user called Ronin19217435 on July 31st, 2023, and it was viewed over 590,000 times. Note that there seems to be a bit of light in the end of this tunnel. I don't know. Oh, you couldn't see it here. I think he maybe conveniently tries to not film it, but here, let's see. You see this? In the beginning, when he walked towards this giant hole, there seems to be just darkness as it descends into that cave. But there seems to be some light on the other side of that tunnel. So if that's already the hollow earth, then, I mean, dude, that's not far, okay? Anyone could go there. You could slide down with a toboggan or something, right? Get on a toboggan, slide into the hollow earth. Wouldn't even take you long. However, the original tweet has been deleted, but obviously people like TaraBull808 are resharing it, and I'm thankful for it because it's a fascinating video, and when I first saw it, you know, it left me slightly puzzled. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Because it does not look like CGI. I would personally doubt that it's AI generated. It looks somewhat real. Now, if you read some of the replies, it's claimed that this is in Argentina, in a place called Tierra del Fuego. Okay, this is my amazing Argentinian accent. And that this is actually a tunnel that leads from this place, Tierra del Fuego, to the Antarctica. Now, Tierra del Fuego is on the very south end of South America, right? And then obviously the Antarctica is here. So they're claiming that this is a tunnel that goes from here, from the very southern tip of South America all the way to the Antarctica, okay? So we've moved on from the hollow earth. We're like, okay, it's hollow earth. Well, people don't buy that one. No, it's actually a tunnel that leads to Antarctica. And looking at some of the geography, right, of this place, Tierra del Fuego, it would kind of make sense, right? That this tunnel would be there at least, like rocky mountains, snowy mountaintops and all that, possibly loads of glaciers around. So it would kind of make sense. Beautiful place, by the way. And I wasn't aware that there are places like that in Argentina, right? I was not aware of that. Learn something new, right? Education. This channel, these videos, educational. However, the distance from here to Antarctica is about 1,000 kilometers, okay? That's a long way. That would be a very, very long tunnel, and especially since we could see a little bit of light on the end of the tunnel, I have my doubts. Now, I did some research, and it turns out that the cave in the video is in Argentina, and it is in Tierra del Fuego in the national park, and is part of the Tierra del Fuego archipelago in the southernmost part of the country. The park is littered with glaciers, of which this cave is known as the Cueva del Jimbo. Okay, that's the name of it. And indeed, if you Google Cueva del Jimbo, you find other images of this cave, of the entrance. Very fascinating. So it is apparently a naturally occurring cave that sits in the southern part of Argentina. I mean, if I'd be there, I would definitely check it out. Very, very fascinating. However, it is not a tunnel that connects Argentina with Antarctica. Okay, such a tunnel would have to cross one of the most dangerous seas through hundreds of miles of deep continental and oceanic crust and volcanic plate boundaries. And the notion that it would be a tunnel that connects those two continents has been dismissed by several experts. So great story. I would love to visit the Hollow Earth, but I think if we want to do that, we will have to watch that King Kong movie. Was it the King Kong Godzilla one? I don't know. There was a King Kong movie where they go into the Hollow Earth and stuff. Fun stuff, but it's not that. So with that one, I can confidently say huge debunk. Absolutely ridiculous that people believe it, but hey, we're living in 2024. So what is really ridiculous at this point? Let's move on to the final clip. And the final clip is another UFO clip. And I saw this clip and I thought, well, that's just, it's some kind of rocket, right? Let's take a look at the clip. Does it have sound? It does have sound. So here you go. You see this rocket light illuminating object flying to the right-hand side of the screen. You know, it's a bit hard to make out what's going on here. I'm not a weapons expert. Maybe you know what kind of missile or object it could be that does it. But I mean, you can see other projectiles flying through the sky. Some kind of tracer bullets or whatever that is. It's impressive stuff. But a lot of people then identified it as a UFO and saying, bro, you know, this is aliens. It's basically aliens catching up on our war zones, okay? They just want to have little bit of a look at what's going on there. And I was like, hold on. I mean, okay, maybe it is a UFO, maybe it is a missile, whatever it is. Why would I want to talk about this? Well, because it's not real. None of what you see here is real. It looks pretty real, okay, but I will tell you now why I am convinced that it's not real and what gives it away. Besides some of the trees here, right? It just doesn't look right if you're a bit familiar with like games like Arma 3. And we had similar footage circulating in the past, right? We had even videos of alleged jet pilots filming UFOs, and then it turns out it was like a video game. So this is a video game. I can't tell you which one, but here's what gives it away, right? Check it out. These are the last frames of this video. Here is the rocket / UFO, whatever it is, flying. Then as we get towards the last frames, oh, it just disappears. Do you see that? Towards the end, there's like 3-4 frames. That's just one frame, really, funny enough. In the end, there's one frame where the object is gone and it doesn't explode, right? You can see it does not like detonate or hit the ground in some explosion. Even there would be no explosion. You can see there's almost like an upwards trajectory here, but it disappears while the light of the object is still there. Okay, so when I saw this, I was like, all right, okay, so it's clearly not real. What is it? I mean, I don't know what game this is. Maybe you guys can help me out. My suspicion would be Arma 3, because that can reach that level of realism if all the textures and details are pushed up to the maximum. But the light, the / UFO, whatever it is, it's disappearing in the end. So it's not a UFO, okay? It's not even real. So be careful what you believe, but I will debunk this one as well. Humongous. It's not real. You guys know it. I know it. But to be honest with you, I watched this because I browse through Twitter, right? And you get videos like this from various war zones, from Ukraine or from Gaza or whatever. Like all these horrible videos, they whiz by you in our timelines at this point. So I thought it was real. I completely fell for it until someone pointed out that in the last frame, the object disappears while the light is still there. And I was like, hold on a second. And then it became clear to me that it's not real, that it's a video game engine. And also, I kind of pointed it out earlier, but you can also see some of the trees here. You know, that depth of, not depth of field is the wrong word, but how kind of the mist indicates the depth. It looks more rendered than it looks real. You know, how the mist sits between these tree lines here. That looks like some sprites sitting behind each other and not how the real world would look. Convincing stuff, but not real, guys. So that's it for today. 3 clips, 3 mysterious clips. I think we could explain all of them. I had a good time with these. Thought they were fantastic. Now, if you want to share clips with me like these, again, it can be paranormal stuff, unexplainable stuff, UFOs, anything, join the Discord. The link to that is in the description. You just have to click it. You're joining the server. I'm there. Many other people are hanging out there. It's a great community. You can post your videos there. If they're good enough, if there's something to talk about and it's not just a little speck of light sitting against a black background, then share them with me, and I would happily analyze them, break them down, possibly debunk them if I can. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more. I would hope to see you in another video. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'm out. Bye.